Thursday, September 12th, 2024 is the current date. It's 5:57 a.m. And I just got through capturing, the perpetual sex offense. This is federal group stalking and monitoring occurring in a private space where the elements of monitoring are being maintained by the entity. And it includes CAL FIRE, who is directly engaged in the pattern of conduct in concert with the people of the state. And I'm going into, again, what CAL FIRE is engaging in with regard to group stalking personally with the people of the state, maintaining a direct presence. This is the state of California that's sending their little demons in training. Coming, as I documented, the sex offense by CAL FIRE, San Luis Obispo Center in particular. This demon needs to be recognized. This is Mike Anderson, clearly showing and proudly showing his face. This is a demon possessed group stalker who's a director over this corrupt aspect of the P.O.C. as I'm documenting. San Luis Obispo is a documented sex offender, and they are sending their little demon-possessed firefighters, their demons in training, and they're going through their ritualistic ceremonies by coming engaging in the satanic pattern of conduct, sending them to engage in group stalking. Remember, this is satanic. And these are also demons who are literally in training. This is a part of their training, and they're actually engaging in group stalking, and it's built into their pattern of conduct while they're coming to the Holiday Inn that I'm documenting. And San Luis Obispo is documented yesterday. The day before yesterday and yesterday. The day before yesterday was Tuesday, September 10th, and Wednesday, September 11th, when the entity is group stalking. And their entrance and exit is marked by the pattern of conduct in the specific environment where the fake sun is rising and setting. This is where demons affiliated with CAL FIRE, the San Luis Obispo Center, under the fake sun, engaging in lying awake conduct, group stalking under the fake sun that's over my head in the hallway at 9750 Key Point. And you've got a demon with the San Luis Obispo Center CAL FIRE division, group stalking at at this hotel, group stalking by staying inside of room 309. The same exact pattern of conduct by the rest of the demons who were group stalking with that. That's already documented on the drive and in video and images. And the entities, again, the next day replaced with the demons of the Camarillo Center. This is, again, relevant to with regard to what is satanic and the demons that are becoming affiliated, getting training to be added to, again, the demonic entity that is CAL FIRE, that's group stalking. They're literally going through training and they're going through a satanic ritual while they're group stalking someone. So I just want to give context regarding the criminal activity that CAL FIRE is engaging in. It is a means of identifying the entity, but this is also satanic. So they're literally going through a demonic ritual, targeting someone, engaging in group stalking, which is demonic activity. And they're doing so notably as a part of their training, the Conservation Corps. This is the aspect of CCC Camarillo Corps members are group stalking while they are in training with CAL FIRE. And this is relevant with regard to how they're being made a part of training to become a part of a terrorist organization that masquerades as a fire department that's engaging in the satanic system of surveillance. And this is Camarillo that's group stalking at 5:29 in the morning inside of room 306, inside of room 309. You've seen these sex offenders, their images zoomed in so that you can see the face of the demon possessed. And this is what CAL FIRE is made of. And this is also what CAL FIRE is training them to engage in. And it's federal offenses and sexual violence by the state. And they're doing, remember, I'm capturing this while I just finished capturing the sex offense. So I want to be clear, while CAL FIRE, the Camarillo division in particular, they're group stalking while, again, my bed is vibrating. It's shaking to the degree that it's disrupting sleep. This is an earthquake while laying on my mattress. And the demons who are CAL FIRE at 5 o'clock in the morning, these are the demons who are pacing all around, meaning they're exiting their rooms systematically. It's demonic pacing in the same way when they're in the parking lot in engineered light, having multiple shadows and shadows that are bouncing from in front and behind and all around, which is the light activity you're already aware of. These demons who are just wearing CAL FIRE uniforms are pacing in the parking lot by marching into their rooms, group stalking me. Okay, in the engineered light. So I'm capturing the sex offense at 5:29 a.m. Sensational activity creation. It's the same exact pattern that I was documenting all day yesterday, and CAL FIRE's group stalking, pacing in and out of their rooms. The same exact demon-possessed actors, and it happens to be CAL FIRE that's filling the hotel rooms at Holiday Inn. This is specifically the CAL FIRE division group stalking. It is CAL FIRE, and you can go onto the website for california.gov to see the demonic system and identify all of the aspects of that demonic system where they're training these demons happen to be engaged in firefighting while the state's pattern of conduct is underway, while the demons, each division, if you will, are coming to Holiday Inn where the fake sun is rising and setting. Okay, so I want to make sure that I'm documenting that this is, and that I'm exposing what, again, Joel Tyler is the demon that's over Cal Fire. And they're sending from each branch. Merced County is not a part of the training. Merced County was here group stalking. So that wasn't group stalking boot camp that San Luis Obispo is engaging in and that Camarillo Center is engaging in. Merced County's group stalking in the shoes of Cal Fire is mindful, aware of the fact that they were documented, and has also included sending their little demon-possessed minions in training in order to become a part of a terrorist organization, group stalking as a part of their training program. Because that's the criminal conduct that CCC is engaging in. While they're demon-possessed little sex offenders that want to go on to become a part of a firefighting league, and they're going to be criminally prosecuted. They're group stalking with the people of the state, and this is what I captured on video while I'm capturing sensational activity and audible activity, including the demons from Camarillo, room 306, are engaging in crossing a path while I'm subject to terrorism inside of my hotel room, and it's replete with what is the impossible light activity that lines the wall. And so this is what I got through capturing right now on video while the entity is engaging in the elements of monitoring. These are demons who are outside. They're crossing a path in engineered light that's also on the walls inside of my hotel room, and their shadows are on the ground. This is light activity creation and crossing path. This is the same thing that's occurring during the day in front of your face while a light source that's not the sun is remaining stationary over the same address and exclusively over my hotel room in alignment with my hotel room in the same exact pattern of impossible light activity under the light source, which is referred to ignorantly as the sun, and it could not possibly be the sun. This is the sex offense by Cal Fire that is, and it's mimic the same exact pattern of conduct in the same exact phenomenon, the specific environment. While again, the terrorist organization Cal Fire is routinely group stalking and even training the demons who want to be a part of this terrorist organization, engaging in what is domestic terrorism as a part of their training program. That's what this is capturing. And this is offenders group stalking with the people. While Cal Fire, these are demons. This is crossing a path and monitoring while they're both, again, arriving while the housekeepers are group stalking with them, getting into the room 309. This is what I'm capturing on video while the fake sun's over the venue. This is at nightfall, again, from arrival until exit. And the entire time that they're present, even when I'm showing you the fake sun that's remaining over the hotel room where I'm at and my shadow is appearing above my head at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And the demons of Cal Fire are pacing on surveillance cameras, using their key cards as a means every moment that they're opening and closing their door, they're using it as a means of audible activity. These are the demon possessed who are going through a ritual, a satanic one, when they're targeting an American citizen, maliciously so, as a means of their training grounds to engage in group stalking as a fire department who happen to engage in putting out fires as well. This is the state of California's P.O.C. And at 5 in the morning, which is when I'm capturing this, 5:38, these demons who are in position out here, this is while my mattress is vibrating in the middle of the night is what this is. They're in position outside of my hotel room while Cal Fire is pacing in and out of their hotel rooms. My mattress, there's no earthquake. Okay, but there's an isolated earthquake inside of my hotel room. The beds, not the beds, because I'm only laying in one bed, is being shaken, and I'm not moving. I'm asleep. I'm in a dead sleep. I'm completely not conscious, and my bed begins shaking, and I'm woken up out of my sleep, and the entity is engaged in demonic pacing in the hallway. This is what I'm capturing my surroundings. Who's group stalking in the engineered light, where their shadows are appearing on the ground, but also inside of my room. And they're group stalking and they're monitoring with Cal Fire, who's engaging in activity creation all around me. And at the moment that I begin capturing images, that's when these demons begin moving. And why? Because this is activity creation. When you're in engagement in when you're engaged in operation of a communication device, it's called stalking with activity. And by seconds, okay, the demon begins moving. He's just walking around the van. All right. And doing so, again, you're looking at the shadow that's then in front and behind. This is group stalking. Okay, and doing so with knowledge of the fact that they're being documented, meaning the cell phone is in use and a sex offender continuously engages in that. I'm showing you occurring at the same time while you're looking at shadows moving around people and a mattress my mattress that's shaking, and the demons who are Cal Fire are pacing in and out of their rooms, group stalking me. This is what's surrounding outside. This is what's surrounding inside while my mattress is shaking on the inside of my hotel room. And these are the demons as a matter of becoming a part of a terrorist organization, the Camarillo division, in the same way that the San Luis Obispo region were engaging in the same exact demonic system. This is state terrorism. That is a part of literally the training aspect of the demons that want to become a part of CAL FIRE. CAL FIRE is a terrorist organization that's group stalking. And they are providing evidence against the rest of the state of California while the light source remains over Hesperia, literally 9750 key point, where sensational activity is occurring inside of my hotel room. With simultaneity, the demons are using their hotel room doors as a method of audible activity, and light activity is occurring while they're walking in. And this is the demons of CAL FIRE walking out as I'm documenting this terrorism that I'm subject to. I'm documenting it on my phone. They begin using the means of amplified audible activity by walking out of their rooms, and this is what's captured. Relevant positioning, audible activity at 5:35, and that's exactly what I'm capturing with regard to the elements of monitoring while you're subject to terrorism. And this is also a sex offense committed by the state that's monitoring, group stalking, and keeping you under surveillance, and then harassing and terrorizing you as hostile demons. CAL FIRE heavily documented. Again, the same pattern of conduct, a different group, and you don't have to meet them or know that any of them. They're arriving at an environment that is speaking to the intent to engage in state surveillance, the fake suns remaining over the venue, and the same exact demonic behavioral pattern is underway. They're doing so with demons that are in position outside of my hotel room, and with simultaneity to my taking pictures of them begin moving around in engineer light, which is how you're monitoring. The demons are, again, while the pattern of the windows is upright on my walls inside of my hotel room, which is what I'm capturing moment by moment. And the entity is group stalking. These are the sex offenders walking outside and inside of the building, surrounding with terrorizing activity creation, such as my mattress that's vibrating, and impossible light activity that's surrounding, while the demons of CAL FIRE, the Conservation Corps, is engaged in group stalking, training their demons that want to be a part of CAL FIRE to engage in this ritual of engaging in the satanic pattern of conduct. They're engaging in and exhibiting demon possession in order to become a part of a terrorist organization that is group stalking. And they're doing so with the people of the state. And you're looking at the methods of light activity. It includes, while the light activity fills my venue, my hotel room, the people of the state are in the parking lot at 76, in the Motel 6 parking lot, driving around at nightfall, which is light activity creation in the engineered environment, engaging in surveillance with the vehicle lights on, opening and closing the doors. It's all light activity while they have multiple shadows. Keeping a woman under surveillance is what's being accomplished right now. And the entity begins moving around and dancing and smoking. This is monitoring while they're moving around in the engineered light. And this is also how demons become more entertaining when they're on video. And this is what I'm narrating while I'm capturing the evidence of group stalking, a sex offense against a woman while the state is group stalking her. This is what I'm capturing, and this is what Holiday Inn is going to compensate for. While you're subject to earthquakes, while you're subject to the ongoing soundtrack of noises inside of your walls, while the fake sun is remaining over your head for the duration of the day. This is the terrorizing environment, which is the incessant maintenance of the elements of monitoring, which are demonic, while the state is group stalking you. Group stalking is demonic activity, and it is all personified. It is all maintained inside of the hotel room that I remain in, while demons surround outside and inside and in the parking lot. And that is the people of the state that are driving through the parking lot, driving toward, which is what I'm going to show you here, driving toward the dead end in order to engage in demonic pacing, which is what this is. There's no exit at this end of the parking lot. This is, again, engaging in the elements of monitoring and doing so for purposes of monitoring. That's 2547283. Okay, that's engaging in group stalking. That's the license plate of that demon that's engaging when it's driving clearly toward the exit in order to engage in demonic pacing. Again, that's the license plate, 2547283. That's the entity that is group stalking. There's no exit over here. So they're driving down toward this end, monitoring with these demons, creating light activity. They have multiple shadows. This is, again, where the entity is rising and setting a fake sun. My shadow is appearing all throughout the wall, on all the walls, stalking in the path with engineered light. That's occurring in the room and also on the grounds while a demon is pacing around in the parking lot. That's light activity that's coexisting with crossing a path. The entity is doing so in this parking lot where CAL FIRE's group stalking, federal stalking is underway, and also the people of the state at the 76, at the Motel 6 parking lot, driving on the roads and the highways. This is a massive sex offense that I'm documenting at nightfall, while impossible light activity is covering all the walls. And like I stated is the case, on surveillance cameras, the employees of Holiday Inn are simultaneously being documented, and they're all going to federal prison. This is impunity and sexual violence that, by the way, the state is fully engaging in, while the state is surrounding the venue. And the demons are maintaining relevant positioning in their rooms. Sensational activity is maintained. This is terrorism, as demons remain placement while they're walking in and out of their rooms. The ongoing sensational methods of activity creation are underway. This is also reasonably construed as retaliatory conduct by demons who are hostile, who are keeping you under surveillance online in the specific environment where they are doing nothing other than group stalking you. And everything that they're doing in that environment is accomplishing criminal surveillance. This is relevant for the civil and criminal prosecution of Holiday Inn, which represents the people of the state. And it also includes the rest of the entity around it. 76 who's in relevant position is group stalking with, again, San Luis Obispo Center. This is Camarillo Center, who's on camera, documented under the fake sun and in the engineered environment that remains at nightfall with the population who are the people of the state. The demon-possessed housekeepers who are engaging in the elements of monitoring as well. Group stalking, relevant positioning, light activity, audible activity, using vacuums, picking up whatever, including towels and sheets, while impossible light activity fills the grounds inside of the hotel, and the fake sun is remaining over me at the hotel. This is the entity acting directly and vicariously. And I just want to be clear, this is the same exact CAL FIRE that is a group stalker that's engaging in the pattern of conduct, and it's become a part of their training basis to engage in the pattern of conduct, sending who I'm documenting. And remember, the entity is group stalking on an ongoing basis while they're being documented. Right now at what is 6:12 in the morning, the entity is stalking with activity creation at the hour. Yeah, this is the same P.O.C. at 6 in the morning. I'm sorry, can you guys keep the noise down?
Okay.
This is group stalking conduct. While you saw engineered light appearing in the hallway underneath the door at 7 in the morning, and this is how the housekeepers are maintaining presence while CAL FIRE checks in and out. And they're doing so, again, these are also hostile demons. This is sexual violence. Okay, this is P.O.C. It is currently, again, and they're going to federal prison. Let me be clear, with regard to the maintenance of a business, you're not engaging in disturbing your other guests while guests are checking out. This is, again, the personalization of the rooms that are being maintained around me. Checkout time is 11 a.m., I believe. The entity is going in as soon as CAL FIRE exits. Again, the entity is going into the rooms before the rooms are even ready. And what is that with regard to the elements of monitoring? The demons who are housekeeping at Holiday Inn are maintaining the elements of monitoring in the hotel rooms around me, and they're checking right in, meaning they're occupying them as a matter of making sure that they're not maintained as unmanned, if you will, in the specific environment where housekeeping is engaging in the same exact pattern of conduct. And so let me show you the specific environment. This is P.O.C., and this is the demons of Holiday Inn engaging in the same exact elements of monitoring, noise creation, extraordinarily loud gathering of towels and sheets in relevant position where you have multiple shadows, which has nothing to do with the street lamps. Okay, this is what CAL FIRE is doing while they're pacing all around. That was San Luis Obispo, that was Camarillo, and before that it was Merced County, and the entity, and it's all CAL FIRE. And CAL FIRE just represents the state. They're group stalking as San Bernardino County. They're group stalking as San Bernardino County Fire Department is a group stalker, and so is San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department. That's the state that's group stalking, while CAL FIRE is specifically coming to the address where the fake sun is rising and setting, where the demons that are working at the venue are going into the rooms upon immediate checkout at 6 o'clock in the morning, disrupting other guests. Understand how this is not the ordinary practice of a commercial venue, but when you're group stalking, you're engaging in elements of monitoring. And so demons are inherently disruptive. They're also openly demonic, while the fake sunlight, as you've already seen. And so let me remind you about what this demon was doing yesterday. Since we're here, I'll just remind you about what was documented at 7 in the morning while the entity is group stalking. These are the elements of monitoring. In doing so, this is the impossible light activity that's in the hallway. So it's reaching so far into the room at 7:08 a.m. while they're doing the exact same thing they're doing now, relevant positioning. The demons that just checked out, moments after they're checking out, they're emptying out their rooms, which is a method of light activity, relevant positioning, and audible activity, while the entity is engaging in things such as your mattress is shaking, a phenomenon. There's no earthquake, but yet your floor is vibrating, your floor is shaking, noise is being heard in the wall. This is audible activity, relevant positioning, and sensational activities with regard to methods of monitoring you, while demons are even going outside of what the regular business entails in order to group stalk you, while they're also engaged in federal stalking. And it's the commission of a sex offense. This is what the entity was doing yesterday morning, 7:08 a.m., while I was documenting sensational activity and amplified audible activity. And this is at the sunrise. And the same demon who you see engaging in group stalking, the same demon you see group stalking right now, while the impossible light activity is on the floor in the middle of the hotel room at 321 room 321, and this is captured at 7:09 in the morning. Going into all the rooms, again, becoming a routine part of the pattern now because I'm documenting it once, and the demons engage in more of engaging in the elements of monitoring. They can empty the rooms whatever time they want. All I'm pointing out is the common sense aspect is at 6 and 7 o'clock in the morning, you're not typically, as a business, a hotel, going around disrupting the rest of your hotel employees because one guest has checked out and you're going straight to that room and emptying it out. That's not how the pattern of a business is run. There's a checkout time for everyone. And I know this because I've stayed at tons of hotels, especially as I've been documenting the P.O.C. They have checkout times, and this is the checkout time is when they're going into the rooms, all of the rooms, all at one time, as opposed to, for example, and what happens to be here, concentrating activity around me is the means of checking in and out with CAL FIRE and going in and clearing out the rooms where the fake sun is remaining, where engineered light, which is what you're capturing, and it's a scientific impossibility. The blinds are closed. The fake sun is nonetheless outside over a key point, which is what I captured on video. And this is engineered light that's at a distance away from the window, and it's on the ground while this demon is being extraordinarily loud, which is activity creation. And the openly exhibiting demon possession, which again Holiday Inn is going to be prosecuted for, not only because they're domestic terrorists, but because they're exhibiting demon possession in group stalking you, which is relevant to the psychological torture you have a right to not be subject to while they're engaging in criminal conduct. A bunch of stalkers who are demon possessed, who are engaging in what is maintaining a demonic environment, all of that's relevant to the terrorism that the entity is engaging in. And they're doing so with CAL FIRE in the specific environment where impossible light activity is just sitting in the middle of the floor. That's supposed to be the guise of sunlight. And it's impossible that sunlight is ever appearing in that manner or that it would ever be sunlight. And this is again captured at 7:13. And then this is the same demon you saw right now, group stalking in room 309, doing the same thing that CAL FIRE Camarillo was doing, stalking all day, all night, using the doors as a means of stalking with audible activity, pacing in the hallway while the desk chair that I'm sitting in is shaking on the ground, while it sounds as though hammering is occurring on the window side of the wall, hammering is occurring through the bathroom side of the wall. That is audible activity that's being heard as though it's occurring through the walls, and it's not naturally occurring, nor does it have to actually occur with regard to what is demonic. It's demonic. While demons are of the same condition, group stalking you, and as demonic as the light activity. This has nothing to do with any street lamps. This is not the light activity of street lamps. When the demons are standing in position outside of my hotel room while my mattress is vibrating, disrupting sleep, that's called the demons who are group stalking you. And while the demonic is occurring around you, they're just standing all around you. They're group stalking and engaging in federal stalking together. And CAL FIRE is on the inside of the building, pacing in and out of their hotel rooms. This is the entity that's engaging in a demonic pattern of conduct. And it is vividly illustrated. The entity is doing so under a fake sun that even in the middle of the day is remaining directly over me. This is the fake sun that's still over me in alignment to my hotel room at 5:21 in the afternoon. This is capturing the P.O.C. and this is impossible light activity that's spreading into the inside of the room. The entity was maintaining this light source as I captured earlier than that at 2:52. This is the maintenance of the light source. 3 hours ahead would be Florida, Miami, Florida, which is 5. This is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. This is 5:52 with regard to East Coast time. Where Miami, Florida is, when I'm referencing the documentation regarding the Miami-Dade police stop on September 8, 2024. There's no point at which the sun is ever going to be in Miami, Florida while it's directly over my head, over my hotel room, where the entity is maintaining a light source and the demonic is maintained inside of my hotel room. This is the same hotel room where I'm documenting, again, at the same venue, the entity has a sunrise where demons are group stalking, because that's what this demon with housekeeping is engaging in. She's engaging in housekeeping in the specific environment where the sunrise is captured, and this is supposedly sunlight that's captured at the same venue underneath. It's reaching so far into the hotel room that it's appearing on the ground outside of the door of room 310 is what I'm capturing. The entity is group stalking by this loud activity that's occurring with simultaneity to my physical movement and use of my communication device. And again, this is the impossible light activity while the fake sun is captured moments later on video at the same address where the fake sun at the same building, okay? This is one building. This is where the fake sun is captured at 7 in the morning, at 5 o'clock in the evening, when I'm inside of my hotel room, the same building, big picture, same building. My hotel room is at this end right here, facing the parking lot of Motel 6, and this is at 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the evening. You're talking about what is 8-9 hours to go from the entrance side to where the being directly over my hotel room window at 5 o'clock in the evening. That's not the natural environment, and this is also criminal conduct by the entity that's group stalking by working at the venue in concert with CAL FIRE. And that's what this demon is engaging in while I'm documenting, again, the supernatural, while she's group stalking by going into the hotel rooms that CAL FIRE just vacated for purposes of maintaining the elements of monitoring while the demonic is literally underway. You're in relevant position, just like they're outside of my window in relevant position and standing around in directed light. These two males, what I documented on videos, what you saw, while the mattress is vibrating, while demons are pacing who are CAL FIRE, using their door closure as a means of stalking with audible activity, and they're crossing path. You're in the path while that demonic environment surrounds, which is engagement in federal group stalking and monitoring, and it is clearly outside of the bounds of the natural environment that surrounds them while the elements of monitoring are being maintained. So again, from 7:24 in the morning, just as a matter of documentation, this is the sunrise, and you'll see the engineered light that's reaching into the depths of the building. This is what you see. As I turn around to capture the engineered lights reaching underneath the covered structure into the depths of the building. And this is the light source that's in perfect alignment with the entrance where I'm at 7:24 in the morning. That's the light source. Right there, that's the light source. And this, again, under the guise of this is behind the housekeeper that's group stalking inside of room 321, and the engineer lights appearing directly behind her into the depths of that hotel room, which is, again, during the 7 a.m. hour. I'm inside of the same hotel at 5 in the afternoon, 5 in the middle of the day, while the entity's vacuuming 3 and 4 times outside of the hotel room. That's the maintenance of audible activity. Doing so while I happen to be capturing documentation timestamps of the maintenance of the elements of monitoring. Any earthquake like conic, any vibration through the walls, any audible activity maintenance while the entity keeps a fake sun. 1:16 in the afternoon. This is the hallway of the same building. Again, the building is not elaborate and humongous whatsoever. It's 3 floors, and it is just so you can see again where I'm in the hotel window. This is the entity, this building right here. So this is the entrance at 7:24. This is the hallway window at 1:16 in the afternoon, and my window at after 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That's the pattern of conduct that CAL FIRE and Holiday Inn are group stalking in. Okay, they're going to federal prison. They're violent sex offenders. The group stalkers that are going inside of the hotel rooms are group stalking, maintaining the elements of monitoring. This is, again, the malicious misuse of a business to engage in state surveillance, and it's a sex offense. While they're keeping you under surveillance, demons doing so with knowledge of what you're physically doing and on a communication device. And it's notable that it's occurring while a fake sun remains over the hotel. That's never the sun that's over anywhere in Miami, Florida, by the way. And that's exactly what I captured on video. And the entity is doing so while maintaining that light source, which you're looking outside of my hotel window. That's how you're also recognizing targeting through the unnatural environment. And this is what demons that make up CAL FIRE, the Camarillo Division, San Luis Obispo yesterday, and the Merced County. All of them are CAL FIRE group stalking together. Okay? The entity is exhibiting the same exact demon possession while the same exact supernatural occurrence of fake sun is rising and setting at the address. And that duration of time, 7:20 in the morning and 5:20 in the afternoon, that's the POC. And the entity is engaging in the ongoing sex offense while they were opening and closing their doors. I'm capturing, opening the door and capturing pictures. Their ability to close the door at the same time I'm uploading an image, at the same time that I'm physically moving, doing so where I am subject to earthquake-like conduct inside of the hotel room when there is nothing that should be creating any sort of vibration of the floor from anybody underneath on the second floor. Nothing. What are you doing at any point of the day to create any hammering noises on the walls inside of the hotel room? It's called audible activity. It's amplified, and it's sensational activity. And this is what the demons that are housekeeping are doing right now. During the 6 a.m. hour, as soon as these demons check out, the housekeeping is maintaining presence, just like the demons are CAL FIRE, Camarillo, are group stalking by maintaining presence in the documented sunset at the same location, 6:54 p.m., by the way. That's the scientific impossibility that the sun would be at the same location. And that's what this is while you're still looking at it. And the entity is engaging in more of a hiding of the light source, because you would see the light source at 6:49 p.m. Right here, you would see the object itself. The more that I'm documenting, the more that the entity engages in the same pattern of conduct. But I want to, because you already saw it. You've seen it on video. I documented it, and the entity is engaging in what is keeping a fake sun for the duration of the day, and then setting it in alignment to my window, which is also how you're recognizing demons and everything that they're doing as they do it pursuant to knowledge of what I'm doing. That's a sex offender. Okay, and it's CAL FIRE San Luis Obispo, CAL FIRE Camarillo, CAL FIRE Merced County, doing so during during nightfall and during the day. And the entity is doing so in the environment where I've already documented the sunset. So I'll just let you see. where I've already shown on video, the sunset at the same exact address. When you're looking at the sunrise outside of the doors of the venue, you're looking at the sunset outside of the windows of the same venue. And the demon is stalking in the path. Who you see the silver truck. This demon is and begins moving at the moment I begin talking about him. Those are the sex offenders that are stalking with noise. All right. Again, license plate. Oh yeah, I documented that license plate. It's the GMC, the silver GMC truck that I documented in the parking lot. That demon's engaging in surveillance in perfect alignment with my window right now at 6:26 a.m. And the moment that I begin speaking about that demon drives off. That's called stalking with activity. That's also knowledge of the fact that you're being documented. It's not a coincidence where the fake sun is rising and setting over you. Nonetheless, I just want you to see a picture of what I've already captured. The sunset at the venue where I'm capturing the sunrise, and the venue happens to be the same address. And this is not some elaborate, far-reaching building at all. This is capturing, here it is. Here's the sunset and it moves from being in alignment to my window, and that's because I'm moving around. I left my room to capture the fake sun that's still in alignment to me. I'm still in the same parking lot. This is still evidence of non-movement at what is 6:53 p.m. The entity is engaging what is showing the light source. The more that I'm honing in on the documentation of a fake sun remaining at one address, this is how you get yesterday, hiding the fake sun, and you can still see the evidence of it while the sky is lit up in the amber colored, as though that's where a sunset would occur. This is the light source itself. Minutes away from 6:53 is 6:42, where you have routinely seen the light source, and this is what the entity is engaging in on an ongoing basis. The sunrise at 7:24 in the morning and the sunset at 6:42 in the evening at the same address is the pattern of conduct. It's not the natural environment, and this is where the entity is engaging in this conduct and engaging in a sex offense. And this is, again, as I'm documenting it, the entity engages in what is hiding the light source. It's the same pattern of conduct, and it's minutes away. 6:42 and 6:54, abrupt disappearance of the so-called sun. When it's remaining stationary, that's very stationary and stagnated presence that it takes 12 hours to get over to the opposite side of the building. This is based on my exposing a fake sun remaining at one address, and it's equally impossible that any of this light that's in the sky would be present. It's the same pattern of conduct. It's the same thing you saw when the entity was lighting up the sky with what is impossible light activity, while the smoke covered up the fake sun itself, which is what I was documenting, while CAL FIRE, again, was group stalking. And this is a sex offender while the sky is lit up and the sky is covered with smoke. It's impossible light activity. You're just paying attention to the environment. And what's occurring while the entity is sounding sirens and I'm experiencing an earthquake inside of my room, a sex offender is group stalking in the hallway. This is CAL FIRE that's group stalking. That's doing so. CAL FIRE is in all the rooms, and an ordinary demon that you don't have to know is engaging and crossing a path. This is what they're doing while they're outside of my hotel room window in engineered light, group stalking while earthquake at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and the demons of CAL FIRE are crossing path. CAL FIRE is just engaging in ongoing state conduct, while the demons, whatever their name is, they're engaging in the pattern of conduct, which is identical. Okay, this is the elements of monitoring, and this is demonic. Okay, so this is what I wanted to make sure I'm exposing with regard to what CAL FIRE. They're sending their demons in training to come engage in the ritualistic targeting system of federal group stalking and monitoring, which is satanic. And it's notable to recognize and document the fact CAL FIRE is going to be prosecuted. This is occurring under the leadership, the dangerous and corrupt leadership of Joe Tyler. And this is also occurring as a part of their training experience. They're engaging in terrorism of an American citizen. So like I said, this is a domestic terrorism, this is a domestic terrorist, CAL FIRE, and a violent sex offender, and they're doing so while training the demons that want to be a part of this terrorist organization. All right, the demons have to engage in this conduct in order to become a part of this terrorist organization. That's how that is literally shown, and that's exactly what they're doing. So I want to also what is the street lamps that are off and the disappearance of the window panes, but this is equally impossible light activity. Okay, and you're looking at it on an ongoing basis. So it is currently, again, 6:30 a.m. That's the pattern of conduct, and the entity that is group stalking at nightfall, while the pattern of the windows is appearing on the wall, and this has nothing to do with street lamps in the parking lot. This is demonic pacing occurring inside and outside of my room, which is what I'm capturing, while I'm subject to sensational activity, amplified audible activity, and relevant positioning. And these are a bunch of males, by the way, who are group stalking a woman. This is a sex offense. And you are looking at throughout the totality of this video, you're looking at the method elements of monitoring that are being maintained. Same way. All right, that's what the demon that was reversing with lights on, moving around in the engineered light. You have demons that don't even have anywhere to live that are group stalking. With the demons that are working at the venue of Holiday Inn, these are demons who are pacing around. This is demonic activity that you're recognizing. This is where the fake sun is rising and setting. This is where a demon possessed population engaging in the P.O.C. And also, I'm noting the terrorizing environment that you're surrounded by. So you're exhibiting, you're documenting things such as the impossible light activity, such as the amplified audible activity that's occurring, that as you're hearing it through the walls, it's the demonic. And it's also the sensational activity, any vibration, any shaking, any rumbling, which is naturally impossible to happen. There's nothing that anyone in the second floor is doing. In the same way, I'm not hitting the ceiling and causing an earthquake for the person that's above me, or as I'm walking, not causing an earthquake that's going to be heard by the person below me. These are demons that are pacing all around while that environment is surrounding on an ongoing basis. This is what Holiday Inn and the rest of the people of the state. It's not just Holiday Inn. It's not just Holiday Inn, but I'm going to specifically prosecute Holiday Inn. All the employees of Holiday Inn are demon possessed group stalkers, and so are the demons that are maintaining presence. And it is just notable that Cal Fire is a part of that entity. They're the same exact condition, and they're group stalking, maintaining presence in the rooms all around me. And they're alternating the demons who are the housekeepers with the demons that are Cal Fire, maintaining the rooms specifically around me. And it's not a coincidence that this is the entities keeping the fake sun at 2 o'clock, 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. That's the pattern of conduct during the day and at night. It is currently, again, 6:32 a.m. This is P.O.C.